So it looks like Aston Villa are about to make our third signing of the transfer window. Welcome to the club, JAYDee CANVOT. Now, I've already done a video on him, but I want to talk about it in a little bit more detail. Now, this one has effectively been confirmed by a reputable source over in France that we will sign the 18-year-old from Toulouse for a fee in the region of 20 million euros. But before we get into that, everyone, welcome back to Rogers Reports. I'm your host with the most. You can call me Rogers, and we are on the route, the hunt, I don't think I'm in another word, but we're near. We're closing in on 4,000 subscribers on the channel, 4,000 Aston Villa legends. And you know who they are? They are you guys. So if you are enjoying the content, leave a like, comment down below your thoughts on our new signing, JAYDee CANVOT. And please do hit that subscribe button with notification bell on so you don't miss a thing on the channel. But without further ado, let's have a little look at JD and what he is going to offer to the club. As we go across to his foot mob, you will see, yes, that is in fact correct. In his entire senior men's football career, he has played 24 games. Now, he is 18 years of age, but considering we've just signed Aston, who has only just turned 19, who has already played nearly 100 senior football games in his career, and we signed him for way less of a fee, maybe bordering around the £5 to £6 million mark. This deal, of course, is going to be in that 20 million euro category, so that's about 17.5 to 18 million pounds. You do wonder where and why this transfer is happening. Now, he is a right-footed centre-back, obviously looking towards the future, building towards the future. Aston is a left-footed centre-back, so you would imagine he's the long-term successor for the likes of Pau Torres and Tyrone Mings. Maybe JD CANVOT is going to be the long-term successor to Ezri Konsa. However, technically, we do need a backup right-footed centre-back, and maybe Unai Emery, Monchi and the scouting team within Aston Villa believe that JD, at 18 years of age with 24 senior appearances to his name, is ready to step up and go into that role. What about his stats this season? If we go down here, you will see, again, didn't particularly play a lot of minutes last season, which, you know, is fair enough. He's just an 18-year-old, but he did manage to rack up an expected goals of 0.21. He completed 86.7% of his passes, 45.2% of his long balls, and 2 successful crosses with a cross accuracy of 33%. Did manage to get 7 successful dribbles off of a success ratio of 70%. But in terms of his actual defensive ability, 47% tackles won, 50% duels won, and 53% aerial duels won. Didn't really set the world alight in any of those categories. Maybe his per 90s will paint him in a bit of a better picture, and again, somewhat for the sort of chances created for his teammates, crosses, cross accuracy and successful dribbles per 90. And again, you know, if you look down here, possession won in the final third. He did play as a defensive midfielder for a couple of his games towards the end of the season. It's good, but none of these stats scream 18-year-old that you want to spend 20 million quid on. But let's have a look at a little bit more depth about CANVOT and where he might slip in to this Aston Villa squad that needs, to be fair, to grow in numbers, I think, and quality. Now, as you can see on the screen, overall in his whole career in games that are graded, so in terms of, I think it's under 18 upwards, transfer marked, will actually have the stats for. He has played a total of 53 games, so about double, and that includes, as you can see there, the National Under-19, which is going to be the Under-19 league in France, the Coupe Gabriela, the Coupe de France, and the National 2 and 3, again, some youth leagues there, as well as 18 performances in League 1. So just to give you a bit more of a context around him as a general. But if we look at his here, we flick it over, his per 90 stats versus Europe's top 5 leagues, so defenders in Europe's top 5 leagues, over the past 365 days. There are a couple of things that stand out. His expected assisted goals is in the top 10th percentile. The shot creating actions, so an action that he has done, whether that's a dribble, a pass, or a tackle, or winning a foul, that has led to a shot creating sort of chance or opportunity for him or his teammates, is actually in the top 20th percentile. That is not too bad. If we go to his successful take-ons as well, 94th percentile there, top 6%, and his tackles per 90 is actually in the top 12th percentile. Now, a quick Google overview, AI thingy-majiggy-mabobby of JAYDEE CANVOT will tell you that it is impressive, or he is impressive, in terms of his strong physical ability and presence on the pitch at such a young age. He is borderline 6'3". He is an absolute tank, and we're going to watch a clip or a few clips of him shortly. He is very, very physical. His ability on the ball, we know that Emery likes his defenders to be good on the ball, and his ability to play through balls and break through the lines. Remind you of someone, Pau Torres. I am looking and thinking about you, Mr. Snails in a paella. What is that about? Honestly. Although JAYDEE CANVOT could be a long-term successor to Ezri Konsa, how is he performing right now? The question on my tippity of my tongue, and then we will also have a look, because I'm sure it's on yours as well. So we're going to be looking at his highlights from this season. I'll be pausing it, analysing it, talking about each one, and seeing whether we're signing a gem or whether this is just a weird use of £17 million. And as always, thanks to Ultras FC TV for the highlights. And here he is picking the ball out on the right-hand side. And as you can see, the natural ability to glide past players is obvious to see. There he is picking up a position slightly to the left of the pitch. Here he is going to step in and anticipate the mistouch of the attacking player quite well. Here he is again coming across. And you know the old saying in football, you get taught it in like under 8s. If in doubt, as he's doing right there, get it out. And here is a beautiful through ball, raking it over the top of the defence to set his attacker in. Now, one thing I would like to say, if we just rewind to that clip here, you'll see in the next one, he does like to come out and step out of the back line. From all the clips that I've seen, as much as I have been able to research on him, he is an 18-year-old with limited playing time, of course. You'll see in this next clip, he does step out of the defence quite often. So here, you can see the back four, something to consider there. And he might be part of it. Again, I don't know the starting lineup. I don't know exactly which game this is going to be in. But he just remember, think about it, he did play in that defensive midfield role as well, where your role is slightly to step out of that back four sometimes and attack the ball. And that's exactly what he's going to do here, winning it very well. Maybe could have been a foul in a different league, I don't know. Here he is showing off some of that physical ability, pace down the wing as well to win that ball. On the ball, as you can see, got a little bit lucky. And you can see the size of him as well. Again, there's another example of it, stepping out of the defence and winning the ball. Here he is getting on the ball in a bit of a right-back type situation, and that's an absolutely lovely ball to find his teammate here. A little bit of one-on-one defending to do, comes across well, doesn't dive in either, which I do like. Here, another little bit of lovely skill on the ball and finds a good pass to the centre-back. Now, here's a clip of him playing definitely as a centre-back, and look at that for a ball. It's very, very good. It's very, very almost Pau Torres-esque. And from these clips, you can see why he is an Unai Emery type player. And I'll be honest, you're never winning a foul for hands in the back there. From these clips, again, coming across there and winning the ball very well to go back to the goalkeeper. I think I said it in the last video that I covered in him. That's absolutely brilliant. I like being able to get your head in places where other players wouldn't. John Terry was one of the best at that, and Phil Jones, funnily enough, again, stepping out of defence there, playing the ball forward. You'd imagine that Unai Emery is going to be heavily involved in a deal where we're going to be, that's a fantastic ball again, when we're going to be paying £17 million for an 18-year-old who isn't very, very proven. You'd imagine that Emery is going to be involved. And then watching these clips, breaking them down again, here he is stepping out of defence, playing that ball across, brilliant clearance out of the box, getting the ball way out of danger there. Look how calm he is on the ball. Absolutely ridiculous for an 18-year-old. You can see why Emery and Monchi might like him. Emery, because he looks like his type of player there. I mean, look at that for a ball. Just absolutely split the entire midfield of the opposition team. But Monchi, because you could see some profit in this lad. Ultimately, is this a good signing when you have Arsenal getting Mosquera, a fantastic centre-back from Valencia, for just €19 million? You have Newcastle reportedly closing in on a €70 million euro deal for Hugo Ekitike, playing him alongside Alexander Isak. You have Arsenal going to turn their attention to Victor Gyökeres, to Erebici Eze. You have Manchester United closing in on Brian Mbeumo after signing Mateus Cunha. Spurs, Morgan Gibbs-White. All of these types of teams signing these fantastic players. And Villa, who apparently, if you believe some outlets, don't really have a pot to piddle in. If you believe others are waiting for outgoings before we bring in new players. are going to spend 20 million euros on an unproven 18-year-old centre-back. What are we going to do? Send him right back out on loan? Is he the Ezri Konsa backup? Is that an upgrade on the likes of Axel Disasi and Diego Carlos? It's a bit of a weird one, and I just don't know how to feel in my Aston Villa heart and soul about this transfer. But it looks like it's going to happen. It looks like it's going to be the next one through the door after Bazot comes in. Maybe Monchi has just been scouting the French league to absolute death. It's just a bit of a weird one for me, and I just don't exactly know what to think with all of the other goings on at Aston Villa right now. You'd kind of hope that with all these other signings, we were just going to come through with that blockbuster and show that we mean business. And I don't know if this does that. But what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. JAYDEE CANVOT looks like he's going to be the latest player to join Aston Villa. Is it going to pan out? Well,